This bridge into the French Pavilion. Absolutely beautiful. Good day all. This is CJ, the Park Bumper, coming to you today from Epcot. I'm going to take part in the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. Also, Garden Rock Series, Jason Scheff, formerly of Chicago. If this sounds like something you're interested in, let's do it. Again, you can see that even more people are starting to show up here at Epcot this afternoon. A lot of folks either have an Epcot After 4 pass if they're here as annual pass holders, or they have a park hopper option and hop over here in the afternoon to enjoy the sights and sounds of the World Showcase. Alright guys, before we go in and have our meal, I thought I'd jump in here and check out George W. Bush's portraits in Courage. They're on display in the atrium of the American Adventure. Let's go do it. Member of the U.S. Army, former member of the U.S. Army. Here we have Dennis Olarivo, Joshua Michael of the U.S. Army, 1999 to 2013, oil on canvas. Haynes, 1992 to 2012, also served in 85 to 86 in the National Guard. Chris DeMars, National Guard as well, from Massachusetts, served from 88 to 2015. Jeremiah Henderson, U.S. Army, 93 to 07. Andy Hatcher, U.S. Marine Corps, 02 to 06, Robert Dove, and John Falconberry, both U.S. Army. And you can see the short-stacked flags that were painted into these portraits. Alexander Glenn Camden, U.S. Army, 2010 to 2012. Juan Carlos Fernandez, U.S. Army, 26 to 2011. Kenneth Michael Dwyer, U.S. Army, 98 to present. Leslie Zimmerman, 01 to 04, U.S. Army. Michael Joseph Leonard Politicowitz, U.S. Marine Corps, 2010 to present. Matthew S. Ayers, U.S. Army Reserve, U.S. National Guard, 2005 to 2010. James Williamson, Air Force. Kevin Rosenbaum, 2004 to 2009, U.S. Army. Scott Allen Adams Sr., U.S. Army, 86 to 08. Zechariah Correa, U.S. Army, 2002 to 2010. Brett Franklin Cole, U.S. Army, 2005 to 09. Kent Graham Solheim, U.S. Army, 1994 to present. James Starnes Jr., U.S. Army, 2018. Matthew DeWitt, you can see the prosthetic arm there. Spencer Milo, U.S. Army, to 2018. Excuse me, 2013. Omar Romney, from 1999. Sal Martinez, two prosthetic legs, 2006 to 2010. Sean Bennett, 1992 to 2010. Daniel Cassard, 1994 to 2008. Herman Habib, 2000 to 2009. John Pennequaski, U.S. Marine Corps, 89 to William J. Gangtron, U.S. Marine Corps, 96 to 2000. Jacob Lerner, 06 to 10. Alan Jonke, 2005 to 10. Dan Nevine, 1991 to 1999. Just wanted to say it's a very awe-inspiring thing to come in here and to check out all the portraits of all the heroic soldiers that have fought for our country and experience the Voices of Liberty singing our patriotic songs in that rotunda. It's a really moving experience, and it's something that hope everyone can actually come and experience themselves at some point. All right, guys, as you can see, I have my delicious meal here, starting with the brisket sandwich. Pretty good amount of brisket on there. On Texas toast, you can see that it's kind of like garlicky and seasoned. You've got the burnt end baked beans. I do see a chunk of burnt end in there. For dessert, I have this cute little banana pudding. And because we got the dining package, I had the choice of a beverage, and that does include alcohol. So I went ahead and got a Tennessee lemonade, which I'm sure has bourbon in it. And again, here is the ticket that you're presented whenever you purchase the dining package for a Garden Rocks concert. As you can see, the cost of this meal, including tax, was for adults $36, with tax $38.34. Okay, guys, first off, I'm going to give a shot to this Tennessee lemonade. This is one of the alcoholic or choices that as an adult you can partake in. Again, this is included in the dining package as well. So normally I think this drink is like $14. I'll put the price in below here, but let's give it a sip. Definitely has a very almost light but round bourbon. Definitely tastes the wood flavor, and
We were supposed to meet up with 6:50. Couldn't meet up with anyone because we didn't get to them.
Very balanced, not super strong, not bad. Not real complex in flavor. Between the bourbon and the lemonade. Included in a dining meal like this, definitely would recommend this. On its own, I don't know if I would partake in this, but for what it is and what this is, I think it's a great option. I'm gonna give a shot to these burnt ends, these big bean burnt ends. A nice big chunk of burnt end right here. Let's give this a shot. Pretty well cooked. Tender piece of burnt end. I do believe this may have been prepared the day before from the brisket, which is what you would want, because you'd want it to sit in the baked beans for a while to homogenize. But I'm actually pulling up a piece of burnt end with every bite here, so really, really good value for this as a side. Look at that. It's amazing. That piece was not as tender, but I can definitely tell from the coloration of the brisket in these beans that it is burnt ends that you're getting. As you can see, when you pull up a piece, the bark, I can tell you the portion size is kind of average, normal, but the quality of this is really good as a side. So again, if you're going to do an a la carte thing, you want a little bit of protein and a snack, this might be a good thing to get. Let's give a shot to this sandwich. As you can see, I'm just going to kind of do this my own way and give a bite to the sandwich as is whole and give you an idea just as it comes sauced with no sauce added. What's the flavor? What's the texture? How's it doing? Definitely rich, almost bacony on its own. Of course, this is beef, but you get a good amount of fat on the brisket, which I enjoy. Yeah, the texture's right. It's not tough. It's very good. So I think on its own, it's a fairly good brisket. Now to give a bite to the brisket itself with no sauce, just to get the full flavor. Really tender. Again, the cast member at the cashier station said this was their best seller. Was the brisket. I would believe that. They said secondarily was the hamburger. So yeah, if you can see that there's a good amount of fat on that brisket. So a lot of flavor. I'm gonna try a little bit of sauce. I'm gonna try the brisket sauce actually, first off here. Got that good bite with some sauce. Flavor-wise, I would say that this brisket is slightly above average. You get smokiness and you get a decent amount of flavor, not over flavored, but a pretty decent amount. It isn't overwhelmingly flavored, if that makes sense. I prefer a super flavorful brisket, but I think this one hits the spot. I would say that the flavor's above average, but the texture is great. Definitely a great texture of brisket. Try a little bit of the mustard sauce. Definitely get the mustard powder, mustard flavor in that. Not complex in terms of barbecue sauce. I prefer the brisket sauce over the mustard sauce, but it's not bad. Shot to this Carolina vinegar sauce. Is a Carolina boy myself. I should know this one pretty well. Here we go. Not bad. Again, not super flavorful for a sauce. You can definitely taste the apple cider vinegar in it. And you know that this is mixed with another thicker sauce in-house. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Let me give us a shot to this blue ribbon sauce here. Again, this is kind of like the house sauce. I would take it. Kind of a thinner sauce, but still kind of in the realm of thickness. Still, it's thin, but got enough thickness to it to grab the meat. That actually has the flavor that the Carolina sauce doesn't. And I do prefer that quite a bit. I would say overall the brisket sauce is really good, and then that blue ribbon sauce would be my next choice. It's a little bit spicier on the front end, but not spicy. Just more spice, if that makes sense. Texas toast on its own. Hot, garlicky, just lightly buttered. Maybe just a hint of garlic, not a whole lot. In your party, if they're not a fan of garlic, I don't think they would be offended by that Texas toast. One last thing I want to give a taste to here and give my opinion about is that cute little banana pudding. Here we go. Vanilla wafers are really good in this. Banana consistency, it tastes like a mixed banana pudding, not necessarily like a Jello brand banana pudding, but something like you would find from like US Foods, something like that, like a pre-mix. The whipped cream, funnily enough, I don't really get the like ready whip flavor. I get more of the Cool Whip flavor to that whipped cream. So not my favorite. I do think the vanilla wafers not pulling a lot of banana yet from this thing, but it's basically pudding and wafers at this point. There may be a chunk of banana at the very bottom, but not a whole lot. I did get some banana in that bite. I would say that given the texture of the banana, that this is sat for a night or so, probably made, I'd say, around midday yesterday, and the banana has kind of homogenized to the pudding. So I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that's a pretty good thing. Overall, a decent effort for banana pudding. I don't know if I would buy this on its own as a dessert, but again, inclusive of this dining package, it's great.
Great to be back. Would you say we go back to the 70s?
Guys, we had an absolutely wonderful day here at Epcot in the American Pavilion. Seeing Jason Scheff, really Chicago is like one of my favorite bands of all time. And he opened with Feeling Stronger Every Day, which is probably my favorite song, because every time I hear it I feel like, okay, I feel bad, but today I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna feel a little stronger every day. You guys know that it's been a while since I've been vlogging, and I've been under the weather, but I'm ready to get back to it, ready to grow this channel, ready to bop all over Disney World, all over Central Florida, do more cruises, all that. And I'm just really glad that everyone stuck with me through this, and I look forward to many more videos. So again, if you love what I do, please buy, jive, like, and subscribe. I am TJ the Park Hopper, and I will see you real soon. Have a great weekend.